So, basically, what a king is like a dad, a supercharged dad. Anyway, and so kind of as your dad and your king, it's my job to kind of tell you the facts of life. You don't know them. I thought you did, but you really don't. So, sit down and make yourself comfortable for a few moments, and you're going to hear some of the facts of life that you don't know. First, the facts of life you don't know is you have a God, you really do, and he doesn't live in a church or mosque or synagogue. He lives inside you, in your heart. That's where he lives. And, scientists have discovered that, animals have a memory of their species inbuilt into their DNA. Lions remember how to be a lion, and cockroaches remember how to be a cockroach, and they're social beings, and they've got quite complicated communication without use of words. I don't know if you've ever noticed. And see, that was present in human beings at one time as well, but we've dimmed ourselves so much that it's not anymore. The animal kingdom relies completely on intuition. It's a totally truth-based phenomenon. Man isn't. So what makes man different is the ability to cognize fraud. Animals, you don't see a lion rolling around in antelope shit before attacking a herd of antelope. It might increase his chances, but it doesn't occur to him to be fraudulent about his being. He just does the best lion job he can, and see what happens. He knows he's going to die like anything else. But while he's alive, he's king. He rules. And he feeds. Now, that's in the animal kingdom, right? And you got yourselves confused with animals, and you got yourself confused with apes as well. So, your God, experiments with things. And so he was experimenting with sentience, with the dinosaurs, and much of the suboceanic life and surface oceanic life, and so these were experiments that the dinosaur failed. It was a failed experiment, and there's been other failed experiments as well. God is, a creative engineering genius, and anyway, so he doesn't pre-know everything. The dinosaur could have turned out to be different, but I don't think it was really engineered to. There's scholarly debate on this issue, but the thing remains is that the dinosaur is basically a question. So if we have one creature who's supreme, biggest, toughest, strongest by far than any other creature, what happens? The whole planet is populated with these things all the time. And what the one creature did is it not only fed on all the other animals, but it's fed on himself and ate himself out of existence. So it was then considered prudent planning not to build that into the human condition. So none of you are really, you ever notice this, and none of you can really ever get the upper hand on the other? Not really just can't. No matter how hard you try, you've been trying for thousands of fucking years to screw each other blind, and you've been just getting it up the ass yourselves all over the place. So you think we would learn after a while, but see, you've got nobody steering the ship. And democracies have proven themselves singularly incapable of this conduct. Can we say this? Doesn't matter which one it is. Doesn't work. Soviet Union is hardly a far cry from a model utopia. And so is everywhere else. And utopia is a concept that is considered far out, but that's really paradise. you have this in your DNA as well. You have the memory of home in your DNA. And the reason you had all these prophets and everybody nattering at you to worship the truth and pray to God and get guided is because you needed to get back home. Like you would, on your own, you will never, it won't occur to you, you won't see it. So things are required to begin to see who you are, what you've done, and where you're going. See, you had no idea. Nobody ever told you the facts of life. And so, I'm your dad, and we're going to discuss them today. And so, all of you are basically God's jewels, treasures. And he doesn't like losing any of you. And so, I like to please my God, and I don't like that. Therefore, I don't like losing any of you either. At one time, I was theoretically willing to entertain the notion, because some of you really, really annoy me. But he doesn't want a single one of you lost, and so it's my job to affect his wishes, his desires, his commands, really. Gently, his commands. So, like, it's not enough just for me to get rid of the parasites that are feeding on you. It's also necessary for me to wake you up to the fact that you've got something to do with yourself other than watch TV and stick your dick in computers to find out how big it is. That's that. I tell you the straight up thing about dicks, okay? Most women can deliver a 10-pound baby. Now, I don't care how big your dick is. It ain't no 10-pounder, right? So, it's not a matter of stuffing the woman's inside with the size of your dick. It's about stuffing the woman's inside with the size of your heart and the size of the attention you pay to her will yield you true bliss. Your dick is, it's like tits. Now, we'll get on to tits next, but let's stick with dicks for a second. So dicks, are, it's, if you've got a really, really small dick, you should find a really, really small girl. If you've got a really, really big dick, you should find a big girl. Understand? But the thing is your dick isn't the deal. Your dick isn't what your woman wants. Your woman can buy a dick for $50 and $2 extra for a set of batteries. Better than yours. What women want is your love inside of them. And so no matter who you are, your woman can buy a better dick for $50. Right? So she wants you for some other reason. And it might be to notice her and play with her and to love her and cherish her. That might be what she has in mind. I'm not positive, but I actually married one who wanted to suck my blood and the blood of my family and did a very good job of doing that. But most of them aren't really interested in that. Most of them want to play and have fun and be loved and love you. That's what women are for. That's what they want. That's what you want them for, too. Okay, we finished with dicks now? Okay, good. So let's get on to tits. Tits and cunts. Okay, so tits. Like girls, I know you dress for each other, and I know you admire each other's bodies, and you, but you try to think like men, and you miss the point. Like, men love tits, men love bums, men love feet, men love ears, men love eyes, men love everything about women. Like, a man who's not homosexual will want to devour you the same way you want to devour him. But he doesn't know that you want that because you haven't been telling him this. So he's completely misinformed about you, and it's your own fucking fault. You've been trying to pretend that sex is not important to you. There's other things besides sex. Well, it's true. There are other things besides sex. But how many? Understand? That's what you want. But you want love with it as well. This is not true. And it's hard to get. Understand? And so you need to be the love you're seeking. truthful, like uproariously truthful and honest with your man, and you encourage him to be too. You don't have to have big tits for a man to love you, or any tits at all, really. Men love boys. They got no tits. So, tits aren't, you don't have to get plastic stuck in your chest for men to find you attractive. And men won't find you attractive for that reason alone. You know, like, guys look at women, oh, I know this has big plastic tits. Big deal. I don't know, nice, but I mean, you know, a man wants a woman. A real man wants a woman who wants to play and understand and grow with him and rule his world with him. That's what he really wants. You know, and so you got nice tits. That's very nice. That's not why he's going to love you. That's not really even why he's even going to get interested in you. Or perfect teeth. Perfect teeth are nice. You know, they really are. But no man's going to love you because you got perfect teeth. Or big tits. Or perfect teeth and big tits. And an adjusted nose. You know, like a man wants a home. He does. No matter what he says. He's running around town fucking everything sensible. He'll do that for a while. Until he has to discover that, you know, like, at the end of the day, what's he left with? You know, like, he's just got himself. Like, he didn't really care about them, and they didn't really care about him, and poof, Bob's drunk on him. So at the end of the day, he's got holding sand in his hand. That's all. So eventually, man begins to look for a little more than that, you know, and so you need to be ready and around for him when he gets to that point. And when he does, you need to be willing to let him know you want him. You don't have to come out with our sign and advertise yourself, but you need to let him know. That's what's going to get him interested. That you're interested in him. That's what's going to do it, not your tits. Not your perfect teeth. Or your fancy nylons, or the, what is that underwear catalog? The sexy underwear stuff. Like, I see these stores, you know, like, in one store I went in, one sex shop I went to, they had a sign on top of a stack of blow-up goats, and the sign read, "For when you're feeling especially naughty." Now, I've experienced a moment or two of naughty thoughts in my life, and I never had a blow-up goat in them. I mean, so there's things about you kids that I don't even understand. I've been working at understanding you for quite a while, and so you're a never-ending series of amazements to me. So it must have, the guy who make the fucking things, there must be a market for them. On sale. Feature. So there's probably lots about you that I don't know. And definitely lots about you that I don't know. But there's nothing about you that God doesn't know. Not a single thing. Not even a fraction of a single thing. So, as I mentioned before, he's living inside of you. So, and this is the last day, incidentally. And so, you know, one way or another, you know, I want him coming home. And if you're still stuck to that body, I gotta have you dragging along with it. So, there's some things you need to know about life. And one of the things that is there's a hierarchy to creation, and there's a hierarchy to everything. And you know, when you are insane and stupid, you're not very high in the hierarchy. Like, you're below wall climbing slugs and bedbugs in consciousness right now. This is the truth. And you know, as your dad, this is embarrassing for me personally, and your mom. You know, I'm trying to get her to come back in my arms, but it's not easy. You know, like, this mess is my doing, basically. It's a long, long story. You don't need to hear it right now, and it's in other tapes. If you want, you can listen to those. But the thing you need to understand is there's a purpose for your life right now, certainly, and that's to get home. And it's a place called paradise. There's a place before that, and we're going to congregate in. It's called the Promised Land. And, you know, like, we got no prisons here, and no lawyers. You know, like, when I make a mistake, it's my job to apologize for it right away to everyone who's concerned. That's the only way I can keep myself clean. Acknowledge it, admit it, acknowledge it, apologize for it, and ask for forgiveness. That's the only thing that keeps me clean on the inside. And so, but to get to this point, I had to locate each and every single one of my previous integrity breaches. Each and every one of my previous contraventions of my own morality and my own intuitive blessings. So, you learn to listen. After you pay enough, you begin to learn to listen. And so I've learned to listen. And the truth is, you know, I need you healthy, mentally healthy, spiritually healthy, physically healthy, emotionally healthy, and financially healthy. And you're none of those things now. Not one of them, not even close. And so, I need your help for a lot of things. One of them is to get your mom back. And I really want her, and I think she wants me too. But we gotta I gotta get something done with you kids in order to have this happen. So I'm your king. I love you. God loves you way more than me. And so does your mom. And so I'm like the Promised Land salesman here. But the cost for a condo here is all your bullshit. It's mine before you get anywhere close to the doors. The gates, actually. And once I own all that, then you're welcome to come on in. You can bring anything but your bullshit through the gates. And we want you home desperately. So please, begin the king's barf. Like your life depends on it, because mine does. Mine does.